Hey, Alex Goat again here, and I have a confession to make. You see, over the past couple of years, I hired staff to do all the website and Sqezee page and any imaginable web page design, whatever. I didn't do any of it myself, and the main reason for it is because I hated doing it so much. I mean, it's nice to get a result that looks great, but it could be so difficult for me, and I'll tell you, I'm both a technophobe and a tech newbie, and I want to stay that way because it's just used to be a massive headache, used to be full of bugs, used to be so difficult to get to the result that I wanted that I just preferred not to do it myself, or preferred to shell out huge sums of money just to get someone else to do it for me. Well, recently that's all changed because with Authority Pro, which was, a lot of it was actually built to cater to my personal stupidity so that I could do things that we'd usually have to outsource and pay top dollar for. And since it's been delivered to me, and since it now finally works exactly the way that it's supposed to be, not only have I started making web pages again, but I actually really enjoy it. And I sometimes find myself making web pages instead of doing other things that I should be doing because it's just more fun. And I think you'll get the point as we get into this demo, because really you're going to see this web page that's in front of you right now. You're going to see it built from scratch in front of your very eyes in real time in a matter of minutes. It's really like playing with your website instead of fighting with your website. Finally! Alright, so three things I've got on the screen right now. I've got the exact Sqezee page that you opted in on, or something very similar, because remember we are split testing, so I don't know which version you got. I've also got the dashboard of a WordPress blog right here, and I've got a Microsoft Word document where I've cleverly entered headline, subhead, bullets, main text, headline, and all the stuff that's going to go into my Sqezee page. Okay, so this is actually just the text that's going to go into the Sqezee page, and you're going to see how I'm going to copy-paste it into the template, check a couple of boxes, and we're going to get to the professional result that you see right here. Enough yapping, let's get started. So here I'm in the dashboard of a standard WordPress blog, and quite simply the only thing that I've done is I've installed the Authority Sqezee generator. And what that does is it adds this little option here in the left sidebar. Now, if you don't know how to upload and install a WordPress plugin, it's really simple, but I didn't want to clutter this particular video up with that, so I made a separate video, or actually Brian made a separate video where he's going to show you how to do that. Now, if you already know how to do that, this is where we pick up. So we're going to, and the menu will look like this the first time you log in. Okay, so it'll say Sqezee Pages. We click the arrow and we click Add Sqezee Page. So now it's going to give us the option to add a new Sqezee page. And I need to enter a title for my new Sqezee page here. So I'm just going to call it New Sqezee Page. And I'm going to select a Sqezee page template. Okay, and the one that I'm going to use for this particular page is the Optimizer version 2, and I could use either the single column or the double column version, and in this particular version I'm using the double column, so I'm going to select that. Okay, and I'm going to immediately click Publish so that I can show you that if I click on View Sqezee Page, there's nothing there except the base template, which is a black line, an arrow, and a box that doesn't have an opt-in box. It's just got a Download Now button. Okay, so as you can see, it looks a far cry from this beautiful and high-converting Sqezee page. But it's going to be transformed into it in front of your very eyes. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to add a headline. And I'm copying here a headline image URL because for this particular headline, instead of using just one of the pure font headlines, what I did was I used the graphic headline creator, which is integrated into the plugin and into the entire Authority Pro theme. And let me show you how that works. Okay, so here is one of the options that I want to use, and as you can see, it's Show Main Headline Options. Now, as I said, I'm using an image, so I'm just going to paste that over here. And I created that using the graphic headline creator. And I'm just going to open this right now to show you what that looks like. But essentially, what it allows you to do is create all sorts of really cool headlines with different fonts, different sizes, different effects, doodles and highlights and underlines and circlet and arrows and a whole bunch of cool stuff at the click of a few buttons, and then you just integrate it into your design by pasting the URL wherever you want it to appear. Okay, so I'm not going to redo this step in front of you because it would just take a couple of extra minutes, and the whole point is to show you how to build a squeeze page, not how to design a headline. But just know that the graphic creator is included in your free plugin and in the whole entire theme. Alright, so I'll close that off. And so as you can see, the only thing I've done here is I've pasted in the headline. So if I click Update, and I just refresh the page here, we now actually have a headline on our page. So let's continue. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do here is I want to add a sub-headline option. Okay, so I'm going to open that, and remember, I want it to look like this. So what I'm talking about now as a sub-headline is this piece of text right here. Okay, so I'm going to take my sub-headline from here. I'm going to copy it, and I'm now going to paste it right here in the sub-headline text. So paste, and now I want to select a particular font for this, so I'm going to use what's called a Q font, which are like image fonts that stand out a lot better on pages. Okay, so I'm going to use League Gothic. I'm going to use 18-point text, and I'm going to use basically a dark gray font color. Okay, almost black. It might not be exactly the one that I used on the main squeeze page, but it'll have just about the same effect. Okay, so I've just popped that in. I click Update, and I'm just going to give the page a refresh here, and there we go. We now have the headline and the subhead. So let's go and see what the next element on our page should be. So it should be the bullets. So I've got 3 bullets ready right here, and I'm just going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them right here in the WordPress main content area. Okay, so there are my bullets. Now, in order for them to appear exactly as they appear on my squeeze page, the original one, the one where you opted in, I need to select the main squeeze page styling options, and in here I need to select what the squeeze bullets are going to be. And so the ones that I had selected, I believe, are a red check. Okay, so there's a lot of different design options included here. So it's a large red check. That looks approximately right. And the font that I was using for the squeeze page was Verdana, so I'm going to set that right now, right here. Okay, so that's it. I'm done with that. I'm going to click Update. I'm going to go back to my squeeze page over here, click Refresh, and there we go. So now I've got the headline, I've got the subhead, and I've got our bullets. Let's see what's next on the menu. Okay, so I've got just a little piece of main text here, so I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to come here and paste it right under the bullets. There it is, and I'm going to add this subhead that goes right under that piece of main text. Yeah, I'm going to add it right here. Now, when I'm adding a second headline into one of these pages, the way I'm going to do that is with a feature that's unique to Authority Pro, and it's called Authority Squeeze Shortcodes. Okay, so I click on that, and when it loads, I click Add Headline. I select I want to use a Q font again. They're just fancier and they just come out looking better. And the one I want to use is called My Underwood. The alignment is going to be centered. The color is going to be some shade of red. That looks about right to me. And for the font size, I want to use 22 and 28. So I'm just going to insert that. I'm going to update the post here, and let's go see what our page looks like now. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. Well, I'm just going to go back and do it. So as you can see, the page has evolved. However, now I have a headline here, but I forgot to replace the text with the normal text that I want. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to go to my WordPress document. I'm going to copy the headline that I want to put in there, and I'm just going to actually replace the text this time. Okay, so I'm going to paste it right in there. So let's see if that now looks the way that I want it to look. I'm going to need to update it first. There we go. And voila. All right, it's already coming together. Fantastic. So let's go and see what the next item is. So apparently what's on the menu is some more body text. So I'm just going to copy that back to my Sqezee page. Right after my headline, paste the body text, update, refresh, and there it is. So we're ready for the next styling options. And now it's time to do a fake out image. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this. That's my fake out image. And remember, now this is what this looks like, but on my original Sqezee page, I have here the fake out image where it's got a product shot of the plugin that I'm using to do this right now, and I've included a call to action